Although it may seem to be an all-new IP, Sleeping Dogs has its roots in another free-roaming, crime-fighting franchise. From the ashes of the True Crime series comes this sprawling, high-action adventure that takes on the seedy underbelly of Hong Kong. The player takes on the role of Wei Shen. After returning to Hong Kong after many years spent living in the USA, Shen is recruited by Hong Kong police to go deep undercover in the city's most notorious crime syndicate. But as his relationships with these gangsters develop, Shen soon starts to question his own loyalties and his own sanity. Sleeping Dogs is a good-looking game. The title takes the player all over a virtual version of Hong Kong, from the poorer areas of North Point through to the financial district of Central. The game presents a lively world with lots of cars and people about. And in all of this is the central character, who the player can customize in terms of clothing and skills. Wei Shen, as well as his supporting cast, are well handled. Most of the story is told by way of cutscenes, which are fairly impressive in terms of looks. The voice acting is also rather good. The dialogue is presented believably, and the use of native dialects helps add authenticity, as well as the need to read subtitles. Because Hong Kong is relatively gun-free, most of the game's combat comes in the form of hand-to-hand battles. The animations for these altercations are excellent, turning Wei Shen into a very believable kung fu expert. In terms of presentation, Sleeping Dogs will engross the player within a few minutes of entering its virtual world. As is the case with many games of this sort, Sleeping Dogs offers the player tons to do. Aside from the story missions, which are split into triad and cop quests, the game allows the player to participate in races, discover collectibles, explore the city, and even play a karaoke minigame. The combat can be a little unforgiving on impatient players, and some of the control choices seem, at first, a bit odd. But once you get into the swing of things, Sleeping Dogs is possessed of effective and enjoyable dynamics. With so much to do, a variety of control schemes is required, all of which are generally effective. In addition, Sleeping Dogs is surprisingly free of bugs. Those that do show up are extremely rare. While the plot of the game is fairly predictable, it is long, and the single-player experience will keep players busy for many hours. This is increased by the sheer amount of things that the player can do in this fantastic recreation of Hong Kong. And that's a good thing, because Sleeping Dogs has no multiplayer component. Rather, it offers leaderboards for a wide variety of things, including clean driving and jump distances. This allows for a passive competition between friends, which can be quite fun, but does lack the thrill of actual head-to-head gaming. Square Enix's reboot of the True Crime franchise is an exciting, action-packed adventure that provides the player with a huge amount of freedom. This makes for a truly fun experience, with the player able to get their teeth sunk into the story quests, or just goofing off in virtual Hong Kong, whatever strikes a chord. Good presentation, decent controls, and a ton of stuff to get up to make Sleeping Dogs a game that lovers of sandbox and free roaming will really enjoy. Action fans will appreciate its almost cinematic hand-to-hand and gun combat. Sleeping Dogs shows how a little TLC in a new direction can change the fortunes of a flagging franchise.